So working on and learning Green Tambourine, and starts with this a dyad lick here. And it goes into the second part of that dyad. All right, so what are we doing there? Well, a dyad is two notes. A triad, as you know, is three notes. So we're taking the dyads from the triads. We're just not playing the thinnest string. We're playing this on strings 3 and 2, or G and B, right? So if you take your triad shape, major triad shape, derived from your E shape here, look at the three strings and look where they're being fretted. You can replace that with these two fingers. This finger barring both strings. This one another fret down on the third string. But we don't need this high E string in that shape, so we're just going to play strings 3 and 2. But I want you to think of this shape, this triad shape. And what I'm doing here is I'm gonna pluck the two. So I've got a pick. I'm putting the pick on the G string. I'm putting my middle finger on the B string, and I'm just kind of squeezing them together and pulling. It's kind of a. So it starts. And what I'm going to do is your middle finger never moves on this string. So I'm going to use that as a guide finger. What fret it's on is going to be the identifier for what position we're in here. So it starts with this major shape. So I've got my index on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and I've got my middle finger on the 4th fret of the 3rd string. Just those two strings. Now, if you think of an E minor chord, just your cowboy E minor chord, you'll see that these three strings are just open. And as you move that shape up the neck, you would bar across it for a bar, E minor bar chord. So now these three strings are just fretted with your bar finger. So that's going to be our minor shape, is just 3 strings, triad minor, 3 strings, all in the same fret. But again, we don't need all 3 of them, we just need 2. So when we start with this major shape, these two, the major shape, to get to the minor shape, we're going to add our ring finger. We're going to leave that middle finger where it's at. We're going to slide it up a half a step to the 5th fret, and then we're going to put our ring finger on that 5th fret as well on the B string. So there's our 2 shapes. Those are both on the same fret. So we started with a major on fret 4, a minor on fret 5, and a major on fret 7. Then we're going to hit that major on fret 7 twice. Go back up to the minor on fret 5, to the major on fret 4, and we're going to hit that twice. And then we're just going to go down to the, keep that major shape on fret 3, fret 2, and then we just go to the open, which would be the minor So oops. And so that's the little triad lick. Now, the second part of it, we go through that same, and from here we go to the minor shape at the 10th fret. So both fingers on the 10th fret, ring in middle. Then we go back a half a step. So middle finger on the 9th fret. So that's the major shape. And down a whole step. So now middle finger on the 7th fret, major shape. Back to our minor shape on the 5th fret. Back to our major shape on the 4th. And a major on the 3rd. Major on the 2nd. And open. And we do that without doubling up like we did on the first lick. First lick where we doubled up. Double. Double. So we don't do that on the second. And that's the whole lick for the dyads. It takes a little work. I'm still working on it myself. So just keep that keep working at it. After that little lick, it goes into a G chord, E-shaped bar G chord, to a D chord, A-shaped D chord, and to a C, A-shaped C chord. So if you don't know those chords, you know your E shape, you're bringing it up 3 frets. So you finger your E shape without your index finger and bring it up 3 frets, bar across there. The same with the, call it the A shape. If you just take your ring finger and lay it across strings on the 2nd fret, strings 4, 3, and 2, and play strings 5, 4, 3, 2. That's your A chord, A shape, A chord. And we're just bringing it up, taking that whole up to the 7th fret and then barring the 5th string at the 5th fret. That's our C, or D rather. This is our, and then we take that down a whole step, takes it to the C, and back to the G. Now what I'm doing there is I'm doing a boom chuck. So with this G chord, so boom chuck. And then I'm going to the D chord doing the same thing. Boom chuck. And then there's this, call it a ghost hit of down, up. Just take the pressure off your fingers and do a down, up. Move it to the C and do a down. And then starts all over again. Boom chuck. Boom chuck. And that's exactly how you want to practice it. Think of it as 2 motions. One is a boom chuck here and a boom chuck here. Second one is a down, up on just empty strings with a down on the C. And repeat. Boom chuck, boom chuck. Just do that slow and And that's the whole song. Listen to the record to get the... Have some fun with that. Take your time, which you can't play slow, you can't play fast.